In June, we popped along to the Modified Motors meet. I think that was at Hermiston Gate Park and Ride. To check out the car scene there. Modified Motors was a fairly new club at the time, and I thought I'd pop along and see what it was like to what their meets was quite like. We also popped along to one of Vamos Racing's meets. Another brilliant night at Sheriffhall Park and Ride. Again, another live DJ on the night. And again, we had an incident where somebody fell off a car. We won't go into too much detail on that, but it sort of marred the night a wee bit, as said person was taken to hospital. So, what else did we do in June? We done a video on a fire pit. Can you use an old alloy as a fire pit? And the answer is, surprisingly, yes. So if you want to check that out, go and check that out on the videos. And also, in June, we went back to Volvo 600. Volvo 600 happened originally back in March 2019. The aim was to beat the record of 600 Volvos, I think it was 600, parked on a runway or moving in a convoy. Unfortunately, back in March 2019, the record was disqualified, just due to issues with gaps not being closed up enough. And although people were disappointed, there was a lot of money raised for charity at the time. I think it was a cancer charity back in March 2019. This was then they announced that they were going to do Volvo 600 again, but this time they were going to do it in 2020. Unfortunately, old COVID decided to play a cancellation game, and this was put back to June 2021. Not at Bruntingford this time, but at Elvington in York. So myself and fellow admin Chris from Scottish Car Enthusiasts Facebook page, we went back down. We went down Saturday, came back Sunday, and again it was a really good day. You know, lots and lots of Volvos on display. You had YouTubers like Pistonhead Chaz, Drift Bricker, Emily, can't remember her name, I think maybe C30 Emily from Strictly Swede. She's got her own YouTube channel. Emily Shields, that's it. So there's lots of YouTube content down there being filmed. And last month it was announced that we had beaten the record. Apparently 800 plus Volvos made it through on the day, which set a new world record, which I think was fantastic news for all the Volvo owners there on the day. And I think it made up for the sort of the issues that people had experienced. There was issues with toilets at the time, and other things, the management of the event. But when they got that record, it was like everything was all forgotten about, and a lot of people now are proudly displaying Guinness World Record certificates in their Volvos. So what I'll just do now is I'll just put a few highlights of the month of June. couple other highlights in June included the Falkirk Cruise and the Rev Nation Summer Blowout meet at Sheriff Hall Park and Ride in Edinburgh. So I'll just put up some of the cars that I enjoyed at Falkirk Cruise, and then it'll nicely slip into some cars at Rev Nation's Summer Blowout meet. In July of 2021, we took a trip to the Lakeland Motor Museum in the Lake District. This was initially a family holiday, and I've always wanted to go along to the Lakeland Motor Museum, so we took a trip out to Ulverston to have a look. If you want to see the video, then it is on the channel. But I'll put up a few of the cars that I liked at the Lakeland Motor Museum. We also popped along to the Dundee Museum of Transport for the Volvo Owners Scotland meet. It was a fantastically hot day there, up in Dundee. Got badly sunburnt, if I mind right. But it was good to see Volvos new and old, and it was quite a good turnout on that day. And I'll just put up a few selections of the cars that I liked at Volvo Owners Scotland. And lastly, in July, the bearded driver returned to review a van. A Ford Transit Custom to be precise. If you want to see more on the Ford Transit Custom, then check out the bearded driver reviews. I'll add a couple of pictures after I finish this little segment. How this came about is that somebody was looking to move some things to their new house, and they were looking for somebody who had a van or could hire a van. And I don't know if you know, most of the cars that I review are from Enterprise. I'm a member of the Enterprise Car Club, so it's quite handy getting a van for a couple hours. It cost me something like 30 quid for 2 hours, where if you hired a van, you're paying for a day sort of thing, if you were doing it through the actual rental company. But because you pay so much a month, you get cheaper rates. So I hired the van, helped them with our house move, filmed the van review, and then took the van back. And what did I think of the van? Well, you'll just have to find out in Bearded Driver reviews on that van review. Okay, we're now into the month of August. And in August, it was quite a busy month in August for the channel. First of all, at the start of the month, we attended the Rev Nations Coastal Meet down at Gullen in East Lothian. That was a fantastic night. It was quite quiet, to be fair, but it was a lovely night just to get pictures of cars down by the beach area of Gullen. So what I'll just do now is I'll just add a few pictures of that evening. Also in August, at the start of the month, we attended Falkirk Cruise. Again, Falkirk is a great night if you've never been to the cruise at Falkirk. It's a great selection of cars. On display, there's burger van and ice cream van, and we've basically got the industrial estate that we can fill up at Falkirk. So it was a busy night. I think it's probably one of the last nights before it started getting a bit dark, when sort of numbers start to tail off a wee bit, because once it gets into the sort of winter months, it comes out a wee bit quieter. But Falkirk is a great night if you've never been before. So here's just a few of my favourite cars at Falkirk Cruise in August. I think the biggest event that I went to in August was the Hubnut Social, or the first Hubnut Social of 2021 at the Motorist down near Leeds. It was a really, really good day. I left early in the morning from Edinburgh at, I'm going to say, 5 o'clock in the morning to get down to for the opening time at 9. And I think what made it even more special was it was a chance to meet Hubnut, Ian Seabrook, and his partner, and also to meet one of the cars from his fleet, which was Betty. Betty, being a Ford Fairmont EU, was recently imported into the UK by Ian after driving around in it during his New Zealand tour. But just a week before the Hubnut Social, Ian had a little off on a roundabout down south and managed to damage Betty. And it was in doubt if Betty would make an appearance. But Ian's got some good friends, and they managed to get Betty up and running there at the Hubnut Social. It was a fantastic day. I met Ian, his partner. I met Steph and I drive a classic. We got a wee tour around the Motorist, and amazing people, the Hubnut community. Spoke to a few people there. It's a great selection of cars, so I'm probably just going to bombard you now with some of the cars that I enjoyed at the Hubnut Social. And it's going to happen all over again on the 16th of April 2022 at the Motorist. And you can find details in one of my videos, one of my recent videos about the channel updates, and my correction video. So there we go. That is August so far.